All right, Patrick Washington.
Mr. Washington, come on. There's going to be a trial date as soon as possible.
All right, he was supposed to be set for trial for today.
Yeah, and that is a fact. And so we need to be, as soon as we have another opening.
All right, why isn't he dressed for trial though?
That's a great question. Everybody else came over dressed. I'm not sure. You have clothes over there, Mr. Washington?
Yes, I do. If y'all ready for trial today, I'm ready.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I don't know about this trial that's coming up, whether or not it's going to finish soon or not. Or so what I will do is I'm going to have you recalled for tomorrow, and we'll have him brought over dressed. Now, Mr. Washington, if this trial actually goes, then I won't be able to try your case, okay?
Yeah, in any way possible. I'm willing to go with the prosecutor deal, but I want to get out today instead of a month and a half.
All right, so here's the thing. I don't like for people, I'm hoping people are not taking agreements just so they can be released from custody.
No, it ain't here. What I'm doing is trying to save the state a little time and state.
Oh, no, here's the thing. Let me just tell you. Don't ever try to save the state time to your detriment. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So what I can tell you is I will have you brought over dressed for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
If you decide to enter an agreement with the state or something of that nature tomorrow, then I'll keep the plea deadline date open. Or if you want a bench trial, I'll do a bench trial.
Just listen to the judge out.
So here's the thing. With bench trials, what ends up happening is a jury doesn't hear the evidence. So it won't be 12 people. I would just hear the evidence. And I would make a decision on whether you're guilty or not guilty based upon the evidence that I hear. What I can tell you is, if the state proves their case beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm going to find you guilty. If they don't prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm going to find you not guilty. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be something for you to think about.
I want to stay on the jury's side.
Okay. All right. And so here's the other thing, Mr. Washington. Let me explain to you about things that happen at the Bexar County Jail. Sometimes we have people who refuse to come over. And so the deputies have a lot of people to bring over, so they don't bring them over. Then they come to me and they say, that person refused. Then I sign an order saying, hey, no, they need to bring them over here. It's the same thing about people being dressed for trial. When I tell people you have a jury trial date, and I tell the deputy, let them know that the inmates need to be dressed for trial. Well, if you tell a deputy over at the jail, I'm not dressing for trial, they're not going to talk to you and try to force you to put on clothes. The only way you'll have clothes if I send an order and say, hey, they need to be dressed for trial. So the reason why you're not dressed for trial today and everybody else is dressed for trial is because the people at the jail told me that you refused to be dressed. So,
right, because what do it make a difference of whether you're innocent or guilty with clothes?
You know what? I would tell you this. I had a client once, and he was a young client. And I told him, hey, look, I'm going to get you some clothes. I want you to be dressed nice. And he said, I'm not trying to impress anybody. And I told him, it would be different if everybody on that jury were your friend and they knew you. Usually people who are on the jury, they don't know you. And it's like when you get a book. When you look at a book, sometimes you'll look at a book and you say, I don't want to read that book because I don't like the way the cover looks. So you want people to look at you, to be interested in seeing what's going on with you. If you come over from the jail dressed in that uniform with those flip-flops and with handcuffs, a jury, hopefully they will be nice and they will say, you know what, we're going to listen to the evidence. But maybe in the back of their mind, they may be saying, yeah, he did something wrong because look at him. He's dressed in a uniform from the jail. So they're going to know you're in custody. And they're going to say, look at him in chains. He's dressed in chains. So that means maybe he's dangerous and we should be afraid. And they may not even listen to the facts. Do you understand? So when you're asked to be brought over dressed for trial, that's to help you out, okay? So Don't tell the deputies you don't want to be dressed. Now, see, then your attorney was thinking, why are you not dressed for trial? And you didn't let your attorney know the reason why you're not dressed is because you refused it.
Well, I don't see it that way. I see it a way of the evidence of guilt. That's what the court should base everything on.
I mean, that's
Not
true.
the clothes you wear.
But let me just tell you this. You know what the problem is? They're not going to be attorney. Who knows? Maybe there'll be an attorney on your jury, but there's not going to be any defense attorney. So it's just going to be regular people. And you know what? Usually it's regular people who have never been in trouble and they don't understand about people being in trouble. So you're going to have to make sure that when they ask you to get dressed, that you're dressed, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you do that for me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then the other thing, if you'll talk to your attorney and make a decision if you want a jury trial or a bench trial. Okay.
You just said you're going to.
We'll talk a bit more after.
All right. So your attorney is here. So you all need to talk about that today. Okay.
Is he coming back tomorrow?
He's coming back tomorrow. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
Looks like we're gonna need a trial, Judge.
All right. Need a jury trial date? Jury trial? No, I need a jury trial date, 3 days. All right, June 16th.
June
Thank you.
16th. Hey, Mr. White, take care.